What's up, everybody? This is your boy Josh, and we are talking about the season 1 finale of Hawkeye. Let's hope this is a season 1 finale and not a series finale, because I would love to see a season 2, even a season 3 or more. Who knows? This was a really fun show. You know what? I was really skeptical on the fact that, it was more of a Kate Bishop show, and I really wanted to see Hawkeye get his due, and he does throughout the whole series, as we've seen. This was a satisfying ending to this series. You know what? I had a lot of fun, and now that I think about it, this series specifically, I feel like has the most rewatchability out of all the shows. It is a little bit lighthearted. There's some good twists, but it's just a fun show. There's a lot of really good things about it. It gets a little darker at the end of episode 4, when we find out, Yelena was hired to kill Clint, which we never really find out why she was hired. That's my big issue. So yes, Eleanor hired Yelena, as we found out at the end of episode 5. But again, we just never find out why that is. So I'm still confused by that, let's say. The big thing with this episode is we got to see Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin again. Loved him in Daredevil, especially Daredevil season 3. My gosh, him and Charlie Cox together, amazing. But it was good to see him, and he was brutal. Like, he ends up fighting Kate. Sorry folks, spoilers, but he fights Kate, which I thought was weird. I was like, come on, buddy, like, why is she the one fighting him? But he is throwing her around like a rag doll, and I mean, like, super soldier, more plus level style of throwing her around. Kind of crazy in that regard. But yeah, like, it was a fun show. Not a fun show, but not that being fun. But we sort of conclude Maya's story. I don't really care about seeing her in another series, to be honest. Just keep her on this series if we continue with Hawkeye. Again, I loved Kate and Clint's relationship. It finally came to a head between Clint and Yelena, and as we all know, as at least I predicted, he wasn't gonna fight her, really. He barely fought her. She was beating him like mad. He had her for a minute and just trying to hold her from hitting him, but he wasn't attacking her. He wasn't fighting her at all. Mind you, she got the drop on him, and she asks him why he killed her, why he killed Natasha, and Clint says she sacrificed herself. You wouldn't believe me what happened, but she chose, like, she died basically. And Yelena's like, I don't believe you. And Clint has to talk her down basically, and he does a good job of that, and the acting is great. When he tells her that Natasha spoke a lot of her, that Natasha loved her, really well done. I like that a lot. And Yelena says, I loved her too, and she's crying, and then Clint, he says, like, me too. And just a really great moment there. So there's a lot of good stuff to unpack. I loved Jack in this episode. Jack is my boy. He was amazing. Like, just amazing. So good. I want to see more of him. Give me Jack fencing, sword fighting with the tracksuit mafia. So good. That was the highlight to me. He even has the funniest line. There's the little Armand says to him something like, I forget what he says, but I'm getting your wine collection. He's basically insulting Armand. And Armand just looks at him and is like, do you remember when you peed yourself? I do. Everyone does. And he says it so good, just that Tony Dalton way. So funny. The suits that Kate and Clint had were great. Really fun to watch. See them fighting in that. I love their back-to-back pose. Clint making all the trick arrows. Finally, like, I wish we got to see that in the movies, but the way he was making those arrows using the different ingredients and different things, really cool. I really like that. The end of the episode with Maya and Kingpin kind of bugged me. Like, first of all, it bugged me. Like, Kingpin was shown in the Daredevil series. Like, they never really made it clear if this is the same Kingpin from Daredevil or if this is just Vincent D'Onofrio playing like in a different, multiverse, different variant or whatever of it, in Daredevil, he was brutal. Like that. Come on, season 1 when he like basically decapitated a guy with a car door. I mean, this one, they make him almost superhuman. Like, he rips off a car door with Eleanor because Eleanor tries to leave. She tries to get out of doing business with Kingpin. And you find out that she did business because her husband owed so much money to him and she paid him back. She says tenfold, but, Kingpin doesn't want her to leave, obviously. And anyway, he rips off the door, and that's when he gets into this whole fight with Kate. Kate tries to stop him. She even shoots an arrow, like, right to his chest. And he's like, nope. It does nothing to him. It's weird. She shoots this other arrow, and he kind of, like, catches it and, like, throws her into, like, a store. Anyway, it basically ends. He had shattered all her arrows, and he's tossing around the whole store like crazy. And Kate does the coin flip and it hits one of the trick arrows, ends up doing this big explosion and sends him flying, and that's how she beats Kingpin. But when the police go to find him, he's gone, and Maya finds him after she has this fight with Kazi because he wanted to stay, like, she wanted to leave with Kazi. Now that she knows that Kingpin killed her father, again, we don't find a lot of backstory, like why he did it. It's just, we just know he did. Like, that's the thing. There's a lot of questions that are still left in the air with this. Again, still a good series finale, but it leaves you with questions that I wish they could, that I hope they do another season and give us those answers. You know what I mean? And that moment. And then, so anyway, Maya finds Kingpin in an alley, and he says, I love you, and she pulls a gun on him, and we hear the gunshot. We don't see it, but obviously it's implied that she shoots him. And he can't be dead. That would be such a waste. And if we've already seen because you don't see her point the gun to his face, it's kind of like here. Anyway, hopefully he's not dead. Hopefully they bring him back. Hopefully we get Charlie Cox, as we've seen him in Spider-Man No Way Home, and I would love to see Charlie Cox and Kingpin fight again, or come head-to-head again. Like I said, it just kind of bugged me that it was Kate that really took out Kingpin in her first try, and even Clint comments on that, like he says, that's really impressive kind of thing. But it's like, come on, he is the baddest of the bad. I was thinking we'd get a Charlie Cox cameo. But anyway, yeah, lots of good stuff. Acting was great. Like I said, Tony Dalton for me stole the show, but Clint and Kate were amazing. Jeremy Renner, Hailee Steinfeld, love their relationship. I want to see more of them. I like their suits. They're back to back. That's really cool, really fun to see. Vera Farmiga was great. Vincent D'Onofrio, so good to see him again. And then I was waiting for that post credits because when you play the episode, it says it's an hour long. So yes, it gets to the credits and there's 10 minutes of credits left. But what they give us is the whole song to I Could Do This All Day. And hey, it's a banger. Choreo is alright. As a dance teacher, I'm like, okay. Choreo is pretty decent. Vocals are great. I actually want to see some people do some choreography to that song. I'm not gonna lie yet. But there's no nothing. There's no Hawkeye will return in season 2, or even Kate or Clint will return in season 2, or even return in general. So I would like to see that. All in all, the show was good. I give it a good, I don't know, maybe a good 4 out of 5. You know, like I said, enjoyable. Got some really nice rewatchability to it. And yeah. Anyway, what do you guys think? Leave your comments down below. I'm Mr. Josh, and I'll see you on the next one. Thank you for watching my Hawkeye review.